to see this for what it is. It is a political assassination. He was irrespective of whatever people might say about mental health issues or him being a loner, all this kind of rhetoric that's already out there about him. We have to see this as a political assassination. He was driven by political motives. He was influenced by Britain First. You know, he was shouting Britain First as he killed her. And I believe he's also associated with the far-right group in America. And he's killed a politician. So, you know, there's no other way of looking at this other than a political assassination. And I think, you know, we also need to have a look at the context of this and the environment that this happened in. And yeah, we've got this EU debate that's going on at the moment, and that it's a horribly, horribly toxic debate, and it is filled with racist rhetoric. It's filled with racism. You know, from Nigel Farage's billboard about, you know, we're at breaking point, and if you look at that poster, every single face in that poster is a person of colour.
Yeah.
You know, from that to I think the Daily Mail put a front page, I think it might have even been yesterday, a picture of some refugees, asylum seekers that have been found in the back of a lorry coming into the UK, and their headline was saying, "We're from Europe." Now, these are all people of colour, and they're not actually from Europe. They've come through Europe, but from Iraq and Afghanistan and places like that. So there's all this racist rhetoric that's going on at the moment that has obviously influenced this guy and has fueled his dare I say, political ambitions, if that's what they are. But I think, you know, I put a post out about this yesterday. I think we also need to understand that this isn't a new phenomenon. This rhetoric this is something that is ingrained into our society. There has been racist rhetoric and language around people of colour in politics, in the media, in cultural output, you know, in music, in film, in TV series, for generations and generations. And this is, you know, we talked a little bit last time about unconscious bias and how we learn racism and how, you know, what British society is fundamentally racist. And this is one of the factors that's involved. The fact that these discourses about race, about othering people of colour as being inferior to white people, as not being British, as being second-class citizens, the fact that this has been in our environment for so long has kind of ingrained these attitudes into us. And this is, as I said, a little bit of where unconscious bias comes from, because we automatically, when we see a person of colour, or, you know, we will automatically recall some of these messages subconsciously, and these messages are racist, and so we are automatically being racist. And that's a hard thing probably for a lot of white people to hear and a lot of white people to understand, that actually you're being racist. You may not know it, but you are. And, you know, this is partly what has influenced this guy. You know, I mean, obviously it's an extreme version of that, but unless we begin to address this sort of cultural historical racism that exists in the UK and is obviously very clearly manifested today within this EU debate, this sort of thing will happen again, and we're never going to begin to address the issues of racial inequality in the UK.
It's very well put. I mean, that's, you know, girls, how do you feel about what's happened yesterday? Tatiana, if you can just get really close to the mic.
Well, of course, it's, you know, terrible news. I mean, this is, I've been working with communities of color for a long time, and every time something like this happens, it sort of creates a sense of emergency and hopelessness around, you know, the work that we're doing and around our community.